The Metropolitan Opera is struggling right now, facing long-standing challenges like declining ticket sales and a shriveling donor base, as well as looming ones like coming labor negotiations. But Thursday's extraordinary performance of Richard Strauss's Elektra pointed a way out of the company's problems. Just keep presenting opera on this level, and all should be fine. The intense, tormented one-act opera lasts just over 100 minutes. And I was swept up in every moment of the rapturous, terrifying and moving performance. Peter Gelb, the Met's general manager, has made some mistakes during his tenure. But Thursday's Elektra is the result, in part, of 3 smart calls he made, each of which bodes well for the future. He brought in the visionary director Patrice Giraud, who was responsible for 2 milestone productions, a grimly powerful staging of Janáček's From the House of the Dead, then this Elektra in 2016, a collaboration with other companies that, sadly, arrived at the Met nearly 3 years after Mr. Giraud died in 2013. The production places the bloody saga of the House of Agamemnon in a vaguely updated setting, the drab, stone courtyard of the dead king's palace in Mycenae, where the tale plays out like the ultimate dysfunctional family drama. In another savvy move, Mr. Gelb went calling on Christine Gork with contracts to sign once it became clear that she was developing into the most impressive dramatic soprano of her time. She now owns the role of Elektra, as she demonstrated on Thursday with this overwhelming performance. And next season, she will bring her acclaimed Brunhilde to the Met for the first complete revival. Robert Lepage's much-debated production of Wagner's Ring. The third wise move on Mr. Gelb's part was placing the artistic future of the company in the hands of Yannick Nézet-Séguin. His magnificent account of Wagner's Parsifal just ended a 7-performance run. And on Thursday he led a blazing and urgent, yet richly nuanced account of Strauss's still shocking score, first performed in Dresden, Germany, in 1909. This immensely gifted, youthful conductor was not scheduled to become the company's music director until 2020. But when James Levine was suspended in December following allegations of sexual misconduct, something had to be done to fill the leadership vacuum. Mr. Gelb persuaded Mr. Nézet-Séguin to shift commitments around so that he could start his tenure with the new season this fall. This Elektra showed him at his best. All the modernist elements of the music came through with slashing incisiveness and piercing sound, from the opening orchestral blast of chords that signal the motif of Agamemnon, murdered by his wife, Clytemnestra, and her lover Aegisth, and mourned every day with obsessive compulsion by Elektra, his daughter. But I was ever more impressed by the subtleties and lyricism Mr. Nézet-Séguin drew from the music, which has moments of plush, shimmering allure that conductors with a blunter approach often miss now and then, though, especially during the opening scenes, Mr. Nézet-Séguin let the orchestra erupt with too much brassy fervor. Even Ms. Gork, with all the thrilling power of her voice, was covered by the orchestra during some crucial outbursts. In every moment her courageous singing exposed the tormented nature of this mystifying character, who lives to avenge her murdered father. Yet, as Ms. Gork made clear, Elektra is all talk, a young woman who has adopted the identity of the avenging child and seems powerless to take any action. She stalks around the palace like an unkempt animal, say the servants who both mock and fear her. The scenes between Elektra and her sister, Chrysothemis, here the exciting soprano Elsa van den Heever, were extremely moving. Chrysothemis is also shocked by the brutality of her mother. But she wants to break free of the palace, which is like a prison, and the seething hatred within her family. She wants children, "A husband, even a peasant, will do," she says. Ms. Van den Heever's melting, plaintive singing conveyed the character's fragile emotions beautifully. But during intense confrontations with Elektra, Ms. Van den Heever cut loose with steely outbursts that showed inner strength you don't normally detect in this character, making her seem, however fleetingly, like Elektra's soulmate. The mezzo-soprano Michaela Schuster had a notable Met debut as the guilt-ridden Clytemnestra. She brought glint and terror to moments when her fears took hold, and was even more chilling when she unfurled her scheming thoughts in breathy utterances. The crucial scene comes during the reunion between Elektra and her beloved brother, Orest, come to seek justice for their father. This is music of longing and beauty, with tender vocal lines unfolding atop gently rocking orchestral figures. With the strong-voiced, stalwart bass Mikhail Petrenko as Orestes, Ms. Gork at her most vulnerable, and the orchestra playing with undulant sway and pungent colorings, the scene was a moment of affecting repose before the murderous, harrowing finale.